Jacob and Esau. Whenever you think of the Binding of Isaac, you often think of the amazing items and stats you could gain in a single run. Whether that be from a really good fire rate or really good damage, it's easily one of the best roguelikes ever made. But you want to know what I think of now? When I'm reminded of the Binding of Isaac? These two bastards. These two are called Jacob and Esau. One of the two being really good for damage output, while the other one is just Jacob. I don't fucking know his use, bro. I'm making this video to share my experience with the character, as well as the most difficult completion task I have with them. Let's get right into it. For context, whenever I started playing The Binding of Isaac, Repentance, the biggest expansion in Isaac's history, was not yet purchased by me. Eventually, my great friend and sworn enemy, Curry, convinced me to purchase it, so I did. And that was both the best and worst mistake I could have ever made. Before launching Repentance on my Switch in early 2023, I had just over 25 hours put into the game. I now have just shy of 1,025 hours, and honestly, it's the most rewarding and most heartbreaking hours I've ever put into a game in my life. Repentance is massive, and I mean massive, adding over 130 new items, 40 to 50 new bosses, if not more because I'm not too sure, new floors, room layouts, I mean the whole shebang. It's great. I was having a great time with this game. That was until I, Clortian, heard of the two new characters, one of which piquing my interest by quite a bit. Jacob and Esau. Jacob and Esau is a character duo added in the Repentance DLC of The Binding of Isaac, and is considered one of the most frustrating characters in the game to play as. The reason being is that you're responsible for both of their hitboxes, items, and stats overall, making them a very frustrating character to complete the game with. Now, when I heard of Jacob and Esau, I was very surprised, not only because of it being a new character in the game, but because when I asked Curry about it, he simply told me to have fun. I mean, those two can't be that bad, right? right?
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, I fucking lied. Jacob and Esau had me losing my mind. The two hitboxes, the low health, Jacob being fucking useless. It was horrible. I continuously kept dying, constantly trying again, and failing again, just for one mark on my mark sheet. For those of you who don't know, marks on the character select screen symbolize where you've gone in the game, whether that be killing Satan, a lamb, or even yourself. Going back to my point, the difficulty lies pretty much in you balancing your items and health between the two, and it's often frustrating when you die because whenever you play with the character, you don't progress as fast through a run because, well, you're not used to it at first. Now, obviously, once you get used to them, it becomes like a sliver easier, but that's about all. To show you just how scared I was of this character, these are my marks for every character, all filled out. They look great, and I'm super proud of myself. Now, here's Jacob and Esau's. Almost there, but not quite. You might immediately notice this pretty big gap in the mark sheet, the knife that you probably saw earlier on other mark sheets. That would be the mother's lick.
Self-destructive and disturbed, just like his father. Look at who he has belonged to. I'll show you a monster!
Just keep pushing me like this. I'm leaving.
Good, leave! We'll be fine without you. And do not abandon yourself.
The mother mark, added in Repentance, is a route you take that goes a little something like this. After you absolutely demolish the first floor boss, a blue door will show up, giving you access to the downpour. From there, the second floor of downpour contains a white fire. touch it, and you become a ghost. Find the mirror room, walk towards the mirror as the ghost, and boom, mirror world. Go into your mirrored item room, grab the handle of a knife, and skedaddle out of there. After your boss of the second floor downpour, a boarded up door will appear. Use 2 bombs on it and enter the mines. Don't have 2 bombs? Too bad. If you don't have the bombs required, the same boarded up door will appear next normal floor, so do not worry. Still don't have the bombs? You're fresh out of luck. Once you're in the second floor of the mines, you'll find some buttons and a funky room with a minecart. Step on all 3 buttons, touch the minecart, and you're in. Find and grab the blade of the knife, and run. Once you ran as fast as you could and hopefully escaped, the finished boss room will contain a dark door. Take 2 hearts of damage to open it, and go down into the mausoleum. The cleared boss room of the second floor in mausoleum will have a red door in it. Line up your knife you completed earlier, slice the door open, and give your mom a heart attack. Once her arteries took the plunge, you leave the room and enter your fate, or what others call it, the corpse. Once you're on the second floor of the corpse, the boss room will contain nothing but a large hole in the center. Muster up what little courage you have left in you, and jump into the darkness. All that suspense to get killed by bombs is crazy. This is the Mother Mark, the longest, most tedious, and difficult mark to obtain. Remember everything about Jacob and Esau I talked about earlier? Yeah. Imagine all of that, but you have not 1, but 2 hitboxes. This not only makes the character exceptionally difficult, but combined with the tediousness of the Mother Mark, it's impossible, man! Even though this game has its ups and downs, I still label it as one of my favorite games of all time. And despite what you may have been told in the video, it's because of the challenge. The difficulty combined with the strategy and mostly luck-based combat system, it's very rewarding when you try again, and eventually get that winning attempt. If you haven't played The Binding of Isaac, but you're interested, don't let my opinion on one character discourage you from buying it. This game is filled with story, difficulty, and lore, and if you're into that kind of thing, I desperately urge you to check it out. With all that being said, this video took me about 2 months to complete as I took a huge break from editing it midway through, and I'm proud to announce that now, I still do not have the mark yet.